Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Something new has happened. Yes, a few people got that one right. That's a very, very old German hymn tune for Christmas time. And it's a sort of the German version of I Saw Three Ships, but it's a German version, so it's only one ship. And someone had an English title for it. There Comes a Galley Laden. I've never heard that before. Es kommt ein Schiff geladen, so a laden ship. I've never heard that before, the English version of it, but it's a beautiful old melody, and it sort of starts off in 3/3 time, that kind of thing. It's quite nice, and then it moves to sort of 2 time in the middle. It's rather clever. Nice piece of music, and of course you can play around with it. And screen, please, Mrs. Gartshore. Screen, please. Blah, 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 blah. Mrs. Gartshore's busy talking to her mum. Right. Nein, nein.
Es ging gerade darum, hat geschrieben, weil wir haben Noten geschickt bekommen, gesagt, es steht, glaube ich, nicht auf dem Programm.
Das kann sein, ich weiß nicht.
Geschrieben, dass wir überhaupt ein Programm haben. Und habe ich gesagt,
Programm.
es wäre mein Wunsch, dass wir eins hätten, aber du bist halt ein Künstler und entscheidest alles spontan. Ja, ab und zu, aber du weißt schon ab.
Okay, thank you very much. That was me getting a slapped wrist there from Mrs. G. For me, sarcastic. Yes, sorry, I just put up on the screen for you. This is a new organ, and it's a very, very new organ. There are only a handful of people in the world that have this sample set, this wonderful organ, and it's a French-sounding organ, but it's actually in a wonderful church in America. Yes, it is. It's Minneapolis, isn't it? Did I get that right? Oh God, I hope so. It's by the Lively-Fulcher organ building company. What a wonderful company name, Lively-Fulcher. How's your Lively-Fulcher doing? It's a wonderful company name. Thank you. We can come back to the normal camera, please. And yeah, this is actually something that's on offer right now as we speak. Now, I did not buy this organ, and I did not receive this organ as a gift. I have bought the demo version of this organ for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You can use the organ fully like that for the princely sum of, ready, wait for it, 79 cents. 79 American cents. You can download and use this sample set from this wonderful organ by these guys at Evensong Music, Media and Graphics. That's Jonathan and Chaz and the gang. And it's a great sounding instrument. It's their latest instrument. It's only just been released at the beginning of the month, and it is, yeah, James Flores just said it's a yummy sample set. It is a very yummy sample set, and tonight's performances will take place solely on the wonderful new Evensong Music, Media and Graphics Lively-Fulcher organ. It's a French-style organ by an American builder in an American church. So I haven't done anything to the sound. I've just loaded it up. And I can actually show you. Back to the screen, please, Mrs. G. Back to the screen. Different kind of sample set. I'm not used to using this at all, but they have a direct sound and they have an ambient sound. And I've just pushed them both up to maximum. And that's all I've done. Thank you. That's all I've done. I just did that, nothing else. So it's just the organ as it comes out of the box. I haven't played around with it. I haven't tweaked with the sound at all. I've just stuck it in there, just as it is. I've, of course, set up a few registrations already. I've been busy this afternoon getting the organ ready. And I think it sounds absolutely wonderful. It's great. It's something very different. I'm only used to sort of the European sample sets so far. I'm quite new to the Hauptwerk game. And this is definitely an American style of doing it. It's much cleaner, and I don't mean that in a bad way, and I certainly don't necessarily mean it in a good way, but it's much cleaner. So all the sort of the background noises, like the clunky clunk of the mechanics and the wind noise of the blowers and things, that's all been sort of taken away. So you're just getting the sort of the bare pipe sounds. It's good. It's good. It's different, but it's very, very good. And I wish the Evensong guys very, very, very good luck with this instrument. And I hope by presenting it here this evening to you, some of you might be interested in going and checking it out. Like I say, there's a special offer on at the moment. 2 weeks, full demo, no restrictions, only 2 weeks. And you can use it as much as you want. 79 cents. You can't argue with that, can you? I think if you want to buy it, it's a couple of $100. Which also isn't bad, of course, if you just want to go out and buy it, but you can try it out. And definitely good fun. Right, now, yes, someone said, wer war das mit dem Programm? Damit ich ihn blamieren kann. Hannes Hobby. Hannes Hobby has been saying, Hannes Hobby is someone called Johannes. Hello, Johannes. Hannes Hobby was saying, oh, don't you have a program? Haben wir kein Programm? Und doch, vor 20 Minuten habe ich ein Programm aufgeschrieben hier und da sind ein paar Sonderwünsche dabei, aber interne Sonderwünsche, das muss ich so sagen, weil wir haben natürlich unsere Adventswünsche. Okay, that was all in German. I have to do that in English again now. So, this evening's program was written spontaneously on a piece of paper 20 minutes ago, and on the back of the piece of paper there are all sorts of weird symbols. We were doing mathematics stuff. Anyway, I wasn't, Vanessa was. So I just wrote it on this piece of paper. It's like writing it on a napkin, isn't it? Like Duke Ellington used to write his music. I just scribble it down on a piece of paper in handwriting. And of course, we have our 2 Advent requests that I will pull out of the hat. I think I'll do number 1 right now, actually. We'll do that in a minute. And then I have 2 other sort of requests, internal requests from members of the Gartshore gang. One of them was a direct request, and I've got the music here. It was sent to me, and the other one is a kind of indirect request. I just listened to a concert, an organ concert given by Mr. James Flores, who is of course a leading member of the Gartshore gang, an original member. That's what I wanted to say. And James has just put up a concert on YouTube. He premiered it this evening about an hour ago. And he played my arrangement of the Duruflé Hommage à Jean Galland. And I just very spontaneously, in the last 10 minutes, which is why it's scribbled at the bottom there, thought I could do that on this organ as well. So actually, let's do that first. So I very quickly did a couple of registrations here for the Duruflé. This is how spontaneous this is. This is just all done in the last 10 minutes while we were getting set up here. So this is a wonderful piece of music. Some of you know it as Chant Donné, Chant Donné, if you want to pronounce it in a terrible French, but Chant Donné. And that's just a name that was given to it years later. The original title is Hommage à Jean Galland. Jean Galland was Duruflé's harmony professor at the conservatory. And this piece of music is my arrangement of it, taken from the original manuscript. How I got my hands on the original manuscript, we don't need to know, but I did. So anyway, here is my version of the Hommage à Jean Galland, with the beautiful oboe stop on this organ, and something rather lovely that every organ should have, a flute celeste. Get ready for this. Such a simple piece of music. It's most unlike sort of de Roufflet normally. De Roufflet's music is usually unplayably difficult, but that is very simple, very clean, very tasty. I like it a lot. So, there we are. That's a bit of de Roufflet to sort of get the ideas for the evening going. Let me put that to the back. I think it's time then to get to the first box. Now, during Advent, as you know, throughout December up until Christmas, we have been presenting requests, your request, and every day there's a new video going out with a piece of music, and I have nothing to do with that whatsoever. Vanessa is doing it all for me. And during the live streams, the Friday and Sunday live streams, we pull two numbers out of the box, and I have to play them spontaneously no matter what they are. 2 minutes before the concert started this evening, Vanessa was frantically putting little bits of paper in the box for the 12th of December. So she knows what they are, and apparently she's already got the music for them as well, which is more worrying because that means I have to do it now. There's no time for her to go and get it and sort it all out. So, camera 3, please. Camera 3, please. Have you got it? Yes, hello, camera 3. This then is the 12th of December. This is today, and there are two pieces of paper inside the box. There they are. Let's take out this one first and see what it is. I shall hang this back up so we get our little thing later on. Right, it's, oh, I know who it's for. This is actually for a member of the Gartshore gang who's probably watching this evening. Let me see. Is he watching this evening? Yes, he is watching this evening. This is for, I'm just going to call him Colonel Ryan. That's all I'm going to say. This is for Colonel Ryan, who is a Dutch organist, has his own YouTube channel, plays a bit of theatre organ music and classical music, and he's a really fun guy with the most amazing job in the world. And yeah, so Colonel Ryan has requested... Du willst mir nicht sagen, dass du dafür Noten gefunden hast? Sie hört nicht zu. Ach, sie ist im Leben. Okay, Ryan has requested. Okay, the composer I know. The composer is Louis-Jacques Alfred, or whatever his name is, Lively-Fulcher, who is a hilariously wonderful French composer, way ahead of his time. We're talking like sort of around the same time, sort of between, let's say, well, earlier than Brahms, and sort of, you know, late Beethoven, early Brahms, that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of period, the early 19th century. Lively-Fulcher was active. He was organist in St Sulpice in Paris, but sadly not with the great big Cavaille call organ that came after his time. And Lively-Fulcher wrote wonderful music. I've played some of it before actually here. It's all sort of fun and jazzy stuff, but this one I don't know. It's a piece of music called Chœur de Voix Humaine, Vox Humana Choir, I suppose is how you would translate that. I have no idea what this piece of music is. I've never heard of it. I'm guessing it's something with a Vox Humana. Good that this organ has a Vox Humana, so that's good, so we can at least use it. Mrs. Gartshore, you have the music? Let's find out. Back to camera 1, please. Here we go then. I shall get my music. Oh, okay. She's got to go and find the music first. Where did you put it then? She's hidden it somewhere. Okay, here we go. This is then... Seriously? Oh my God. Oh my God. Rien, I'm going to kill you. Okay, okay, this is a piece of music. It's obviously from, it's from his Meditación. She's printed out something Spanish. Meditaciones religiosas. So that's probably not the original, but there's a printout of it here. Number 7, Andante, Chœur de Voix Humaine. So I hope this is the right piece of music. It's in 6/4 time. It's in F major. We need a flute, we need a Vox Humana, and we need a pedal stop. And, okay, I need to look through it. Right, here we go. This is my sight reading time. I love you all. You're all wonderful. Can I see that under the GoPro? That's a good question. Hold on. It's the joy of having this camera in the wrong position. Hold on. I may need to fold this piece of paper so that I can see it under the camera. Yeah, perfect. Right, here goes nothing. Cœur de voix humaine, sight reading for Rien. I will speak to you later. Actually, I'll leave the microphone on because I need to set the organ up. So, we need a flute to do some diddly-dum-dum stuff. So what do we do with the diddly-dum-dum? Let's take both of the flutes on the grand orgue. Yeah, I think that sounds... Oh, hold on, I do maybe recognize this. I think I do recognize this. I've heard it before. Aha, okay, that makes it slightly easier. Now, we need something on the pedal. It says pedal 8 only, but sod that. I'm going to put pedal 16 and 8. And then we need the vox humana with the tremulant. But, because this is an American... Huh? Von? Kommentar von Rasbuzz, since it's my birthday. Ah. Oh, so it just donated the song in question for the... What? Rasbuzz, whoever Rasbuzz is, has just donated to the channel, has just donated the price of this, the full price of the sample set. So, well, that's it then. That means I will get in touch with Jonathan and buy a full license. Thank you very much indeed, Rasbuzz. Wow, isn't that wonderful? Thank you, that's amazing, wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Rasbuzz likes this sample set as much as I do. Sorry, where was I? Thank you. So we've got the Vox Humana on its own. Sounds very nice, but we need to jazz that up a bit. This is for Jerry, okay? I'm going to jazz this up for Jerry. I'm going to add the strings to that, make it very American. That's better, isn't it? So I've got the swell strings and the Vox Humana and the tremulant, and it sounds like that. Right, scan the music very quickly, see if there's anything dodgy. And then we'll go for it. Okay, okay, that's fun. Okay, 1 minute. That's a repeat of that, so that's fine. And then it's there. Then it goes into weird keys and does funny things. Okay. Okay. Okay, I've just spotted something that makes it more difficult. This piece of music, it's got a melody in the left hand. Let me play the first, I'm going to cheat. Play the first bar in the left hand. Okay, so there's a melody here. Watch this, watch this. This is organ technique live here, okay? French music should be played incredibly legato, as incredibly legato as possible. And there's a cheat you do with your thumb. You sort of... See that? Okay, so that's how I'm going to have to play this. We're going to have to cheat with the thumb. So watch my left thumb. It's going to be doing all the work. So I've got that and that. Is that all I need? Do I need to change registration anywhere? No. Okay, here we go. Chœur de voix humaine für Rien on the magnificent Lively-Fulcher organ, which I now own. Thank you, Rasbuzz. I shall start again. Mrs. Gartshore was talking to me in the background. Sorry. Ah, that's quite a cute piece of music, isn't it? The Chœur de Voix Humaine by Lefebvre-Velly. That's actually rather cute. I like that. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That legato stuff with the thumb, that's difficult though. That needs practicing. So I think I will practice that at some point. Whew, nice, nice. Thank you, Reen, for that wonderful suggestion. I shall put that to my things to learn pile. Right, now, I've dug out quite a few hymns for this evening, a few sort of traditional German Advent hymns, which don't get heard internationally very often. I started, like I said, with that one. That one is Kommt ein Schiff geladen, which is actually a Christmas hymn. But this one here, this is a biggie. This is one of the sort of the old, in German you call it the old German ham. It's an old Schinken, an old thing. It's a big, fat, lovely piece of music. And so let me just quickly change back to my sort of usual crescendo registrations, like I tend to call it. And let's play this one, but we're going to start quite high up. Yeah, we're going to start with a pretty full organ sound. This one is called Tauet Himmel, den gerechten Wolken regnet ihn herab. I have no idea how we were going to translate that, but it's one of those really sort of old-fashioned hymns that makes you sit up straight and, you know, sing properly. Not one of those modern happy-clappy numbers. It's a much more old-fashioned one, and it's wonderful. Let me just play the hymn to you first of all, and then I'm going to muck about with it a bit. Wow, isn't that a wonderful sounding organ? It's absolutely wonderful. Now, I was put onto this organ by Jerry Martin. Now, we all know Jerry. Jerry has been very quietly posting things in the background with this instrument. And we had a chat last night. We had a Zoom chat last night, and Jerry sort of told me about all this. And we talked about the organ itself. And then we sort of just, talking about it, it's a French style organ, but with all the American tricks, which is great. Now, what does that mean, all the American tricks? Well, all the octave couplers. So rather than just coupling all the manuals together, you can couple things at different octaves together. So an octave higher here, an octave lower there. When you start adding and adding and adding, you've got all these tubas. And you've got those, stuck all over the place as well. Isn't that wonderful? And at different intervals, at different things, you can transpose them all over the place. It's absolutely wonderful. So you get this huge, enormous sound. I rather like it. I do rather like it. Now, don't forget, I've only been playing with this organ for about 2.5 hours today, so I don't know it completely yet. But isn't it wonderful? Now, to say thank you to Razbaz for buying us the instrument, thank you very much for that. He told us it's his birthday. So I think that means we have to sing happy birthday. And thankfully, your name has got 2 syllables, Razbaz. So we'll sing happy birthday, dear Razbaz. Okay, so you sing at your loudest voice for Razbaz, and we will sing happy birthday for him. There you go, a happy birthday improvisation for our magnificent, generous donor, Razbaz. Happy birthday. There we are then. Oh, someone has just added they live only 2 miles away from this organ. Isn't that cute? Huh? Tochter Zion? Okay, we can do that later. That's a nice idea. Wer hat sich das gewünscht? Ach, Hannes Hobby hat sich Tochter Zion gewünscht. Okay, we can do that later. That's a good one. Okay, that we can do that. Now, while we're on the subject of Jerry Martin, Jerry also sent me some music today. He said I can sight read it. So, because these concerts are all about me sight reading stuff, I'm going to sight read this as well. Now, this is a piece of music that again, I don't know, but Jerry has just posted a video of it himself on this actual organ. And I did listen to it, thankfully, so at least I know what it sounds like. So, It's a wonderful piece of music. I think the subtitle is one of the funniest things I've ever read in my life. It's wonderful. Now, it's by an Italian composer called Pietro Ion. He's Italian, isn't he? Pietro Ion's Italian, I think, isn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. And this piece of music is part of an organ suite that he wrote. I think it was the first religious organ suite entitled Advent. The whole thing is titled Advent. And it's in four movements, 5 movements. It's in a few movements. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry. It's in a few movements. And this movement is the communion movement, simply entitled Ave Maria, which on its own sounds rather cute. And hold on, while I'm doing that, I must load up my registrations, which I have here. There we go. Yeah, and it sounds very cute, an Ave Maria to be played during communion in a service. That sounds rather good, doesn't it? But the subtitle is composed in Piemontese peasant style. So I have no idea what a Piemontese peasant looks like, but I'm guessing it's a kind of a goat herd, or a goat, not a shepherd, a goat herd, if you know what I mean. And judging by the registration Pietro Ion wanted, it's actually quite fitting that it's practically the same registration we had for our request, our chœur de voix humaine. It's pretty much the same. It requires a vox humana as well, presumably the goats. Piemont is of course that part of Italy where there are still some mountains, lovely wine, lovely food from that part of the country, and of course there will be shepherds and goat herds and various peasants back in the days of Pietro Ion, I suppose. And this piece of music, it has a kind of you can hear the alpine lilt to it, if you know what I mean. You can hear zithers strumming and goats bleating. So I think that's what Pietro Ion wanted. I set up a registration earlier on, and let's see if I can busk my way through this one. This one then is for Jerry. This is the Communion Ave Maria from the Advent First Religious Suite by Pietro Ion in peasant style. What a bizarre little piece of music. Quite like that. That's rather a little weird with its style. Rumph. I quite like that though. Interesting. And yes, with that, with the Vox Humana sort of gubbling away in the background. Weird, but fun. I quite like that. Thank you for that request, Jerry. That's rather a wonderful piece of music. I look forward to looking at the other movements, or actually hearing the other movements of the suite as you present them. If you want to hear more of that, go and check out Jerry's channel, Jerry Martin. You can see him here in the chat. And Jerry is performing the entire suite in separate movements. So go and check out Jerry's channel for more of this. And I think, Jerry, are you performing it all on this organ? Is that the idea? Or are you performing it on various organs? Do let us know, please. That was fun. Right. We had a spontaneous request for Hannes Hobby. There it is. For, what nochmal? Tochter Zion, number 228. Huh? Das Walten, yeah, okay. Colin always wants that piece of music. Colin, find another piece for me to play. Wer nun den lieben Gott lässt walten. Yeah, we can do that again. We've been doing that before. Sorry? Now we can squeeze that in for Colin as well. Colin is a young chap who needs some encouragement. We need to hear some music from Colin. Colin, it's time you started posting some stuff as well. Right, Tochter Zion, which is a wonderful piece of music by... Who wrote it? Come on, who wrote it? Tochter Zion is a wonderful piece of music by George Frederick Handel. And it's for Hannes Hobby, yes, I know. It's for Hannes Hobby, and it was written by George Friedrich Handel, and it's very lively. You know it under other names. Thine be the glory is how you know it. I played this a couple of weeks ago, I think, didn't I? But anyway, here it is again. How about that? Cowboy music, Western music, the Magnificent Seven. Well, maybe not. The Magnificent 1700s for George Frederick Handel. Yes. Someone said, "Oh, an Easter hymn during Advent." Well, in German, in its original form, it's an Advent hymn. So there you are. It was the English translation made it into what's the word I'm looking for? An Easter hymn, but the original is actually an Advent hymn. So there you are. That was quite different, wasn't it? Pwah. I love this instrument. It's absolutely wonderful. You can really get going on it. I do tend to get carried away. I do tend to get carried away on things like this. So yes, there we are. That was fun. Back to the actual program, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the actual program. Now, we've played some of these hymns, played some of them. What's this one here? I think there's a modern hymn coming up, if I remember rightly. Is this a modern one? Oh, no, it's not. That's another one. We'll do that one later. What's this one? I had some modern ones chosen. Oh, no, that's awful. We're not going to do that. We've done that. Oh, have people been... Haben Leute gefragt? Ja, dann musst du es einfach reinziehen und dann A, B machen, ne? Reinzoomen. Das geht doch. Oh, wirklich nicht? Uh-oh. Das kann man machen mit dem Preview-Ding, das stimmt natürlich. Sorry, we're talking quietly in the background because a couple of weeks ago we promised we would show you something, didn't we? Yes. Can you remember what it is we promised we would show you? If anyone remembers, let us know in the chat. While we're doing that, while you're chatting away there, I'm going to play a piece of music, a very nice piece of music. Quite a modern, well, more modern piece of music, but a rather tuneful one nonetheless. It's sort of based on the Irish blessing. Remember the Irish blessing? May the road rise, what's it called? May the road rise to greet you, blah, 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 all that stuff. Yeah, the Irish blessing. And there are sort of various translations of it around. And this one is a rather famous one. It's a German version called Möge die Straße uns zusammenführen und der Wind in deinem Rücken sein. May the road bring us together and may the wind be behind our back. So it is basically the Irish blessing, but changed around a little bit. It's a very, very lovely German hymn tune, and it sounds kind of like this. Well, it sounds exactly like this, in fact. That's a lovely piece of music. That's one of Vanessa's favorite hymn tunes, actually. She likes that one. Isn't that right? She says yes. Okay. Möge die Straße.
Ach so, nee, aber mein Wunsch kommt ja gleich noch.
Ah, das stimmt natürlich, ja.
Jetzt zeige ich schon.
Vanessa has another request that's coming later. Another one of her favorite hymns. It's one of those, yeah, go for it hymns again. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've worked out how to get our machine to work again, and Vanessa is going to zoom a picture of our beautiful little dog in right now. And did it work?
Ja.
Yes. Welches Foto ist es denn?
Das war da so liegt mit dem
Oh, okay. That is our lovely little Labrador dog, Shiloh. He is now 11 years old, but he's 11 years old, but he acts like a 5-year-old or even a 3-year-old dog. He's really cute. Look at that. Isn't he cute? And that's him with his sheep. And that sheep, he's had that since he was born. That sheep is actually older than he is. And he cuddles with that sheep every night. There he is in the woods, in the sunshine, looking absolutely beautiful. Isn't that a lovely dog? Isn't that a lovely dog? So there you are. So that is our dog, Shiloh. Now you've met the dog. Now there's only one other member of the Gartshore family you haven't met yet. You've only seen parts of her hand or her thumb. But Vanessa is going to remain the best kept secret on YouTube. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. She's very shy and doesn't want to be seen. Only a few people out there know what she looks like in real life. So yes. So there you are. So one day we'll do a proper family introduction to you one day. And before you ask, it's just the three of us in this house. It's just Vanessa, Shiloh, and me. Okay, so that's it. There's no one else around. It's just us. There we are. How about that? Right now, we have another request in our box, don't we? We have another request. Camera 3, please. Back to the 12th of December, and it's request number 2. So the first request was that wonderful cute piece from Lively-Fulcher. Okay. Oh, this one is for Johannes W. Johannes W. Das ist jetzt für Johannes W. Ich weiß, wer das ist. Oh, okay. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. That's something I don't need music for. Ha! Das brauche ich doch gar nicht. Ich brauche die Noten gar nicht. Okay. Ding Dong Merrily. Ding Dong Merrily on High. That's cute. So that's for Johannes W. Johannes W. has requested Ding Dong Merrily. Well, that's an easy peasy one. We can do that. Let's have some fun with Ding Dong Merrily. Let's see what this organ can do with Ding Dong Merrily. Actually, I have to... Camera 1, please. Actually, I have to set up some other sounds for that, don't I? We set up some more different sounds for Ding Dong Merrily. Or do you want Ding Dong Merrily with the tuba? Who wants tuba for Ding Dong Merrily? Quick, thumbs up if you want tuba for Ding Dong. Ding dong merrily on high for Johannes W., who turns out to be Hannes' hobby. So there you are. So you've got 2 requests tonight, Hannes. That's not fair. That's not fair. But there you are. Wonderful. Isn't that I love it. I absolutely adore this organ. Jerry, pass that on to Jonathan and the gang. It's an absolutely wonderful instrument. You can do everything with it. I love it to bits. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting late. Oh, sorry. Yes? Was sagt er? Ach, in Koscher-Stil. Eines Tages, Johannes, eines Tages. Bitte? Ja, das ist Johannes. Das ist Bügelbrett, Johannes. Kennst du Bügelbrett, Johannes? Nein, habe ich nicht von... Doch, das habe ich dir gezeigt. Weißt du noch, als wir in James' Chat, da war Bügelbrett, Johannes. Aus Österreich. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to start slowly getting towards the end of this evening's festivities. I'm having far too much fun on this wonderful new instrument. I hope you're having fun as well. Are you having fun? If you're having fun, give a thumbs up to the video. And I don't just mean a thumbs up in the chat. Press the thumbs up on the actual video itself. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, then make sure you do hit the subscribe button. We're getting close to 46,000, and well, I kind of thought we might get close to 50,000 by Christmas, but that's 2 weeks, so forget it. Can we get another 15,000 or 14,000 of you by, not 4,000, what am I talking about? 4,000 of you by Christmas time? I don't know. Spread the word. Right. Towards the end of the evening, I didn't say this is the last one, we're getting towards the end. Ja, das kommt jetzt. Wieso? Willst du ein paar hochbringen und zeigen? Oh. Jetzt, weil es doch schön ist. Ladies and Gentlemen, warum nicht? Ach komm, hol mal 2, das ist doch süß. Oh. Vanessa had 2 requests this evening, and I let her have 2 requests this evening because she did something absolutely wonderful for me today. She spent the afternoon in the kitchen baking biscuits, baking little Christmas cookies, and I asked her to go and get me 2 so I can show you them, but she said no. So all these lovely little Christmas cookies, they are wonderful, and she always bakes my favorite Christmas cookies, which are those little ones with, you know, a bit of jam in the middle, you know the ones I mean? Absolutely wonderful. So yeah, she did those for me, and then various other ones with chocolate and all sorts of goodies. So today was a very bakey day. It was great. So she already had her Möge die Straße, the Irish blessing request. Now she's getting this one, which is a wonderful word, a wonderful tune. One of those, again, one of those old German ham tunes, the old Deutsche Schinken. It's wonderful. I've played this before, I think. It's called Mein Gott, wie schön ist deine Welt. Der Wald ist grün, die Wiesen blühen, and so on and so on and so on. It said, my God, how beautiful is thy world. The trees are green, the grass is in bloom, and so, that kind of thing. It's all that kind of stuff. It's wonderful. And I'm not sure how well known it is throughout Germany, but because it's in the back of the hymn book, which means it's reserved for our diocese, the Diocese of Limburg, where we are. And it's one of those absolutely wonderful pieces of hymn music. Again, one of those old ones. It's like in the Anglican hymn book, the real good ones are actually the Welsh tunes. You know the ones I mean? Things like Love Divine or Love, and all those great old things. You know, the old Welsh tunes. They're the best ones, and you can play around with the harmonies, you know, most of the time in there. And I think in this part of Germany, I think so the tunes, let's say they're similar to the Welsh ones. So I'm basically in the Welsh part of Germany, if that makes sense, when it comes to music anyway. So yes. Actually, yes, we have lots of men's choirs and sort of brass bands here as well. So there is this great similarity. Anyway, Mein Gott, wie schön ist deine Welt, with lots of sexy harmonies. I'm definitely going deaf tonight. This is great. I hope you're going deaf as well. Um, it's wonderful, this instrument, isn't it? It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost 11:30 at night here. Tomorrow is Monday, which means for some people it's back to work. Thankfully, I'm a freelance musician, so I have no idea what the sinful world of work involves. I have always been a freelance musician, which is why I have no money, thankfully, but I also have no reason to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go and do something completely useless for somebody else. So there you are, there's my political statement for this evening. I am very proud to always have been a freelance musician, and yes, like I say, the sinful world of work has always been a great mystery to me. This is my work. Isn't that wonderful? Somebody once said to me a long time ago, they said, "Oh, isn't it great that you've made your hobby your job?" And I felt like punching him in the face and say, if I made my hobby my job, I would be selling cars. My hobby is cars. My hobby was never music. Don't believe anyone who ever says, "Oh, a great hobby to make into a job." No, music has always been my job and other things have been my hobbies. So there you are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's close off with just something, I don't know, some kind of improvisation using this wonderful organ. I'm going to go from very quiet to very loud and back down again to very quiet. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be something in a sort of film music style. I'm in a film music mood tonight, and Colonel Ryan is enjoying the film music. So this is a sort of, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start and see where I end up. That's it for tonight, by the way. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be back with our Advent requests. So the 13th tomorrow, Monday the 13th. So we'll be back with that. And then throughout the week, we'll be doing that again. And then, of course, Friday night is, of course, going to be our live stream again. And it's going to be a very jazzy themed Friday night this time. So get ready for that. That's going to be a good one. Tell all your friends, tell all your families, tell all your workmates, all your colleagues, all your enemies, all your neighbors, just tell everybody. Get them to join in these live streams. The world of organ music can be fun, believe it or not. And that's my job, to make the organ music world fun. So here we go with an improvisation on something and then more later. Oh, a word from the boss. Yes?
Colin fragt nochmal, ob wir das vielleicht nächste Woche machen können oder ob wir das nochmal machen können. Wer nun das Lied
Colin, your request will come back very soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Colin, we will be there for you. Don't worry. See you next time, folks. Good night. Ist das Bild drin? Ist das Bild drin? Ja. Panic here, making sure everything finishes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's time for Collins. See you, folks.